helping, but from my experiences, I have two answers to this question. First is recognition, and the second is a sense of ownership. On this first point of recognition, I'm going to tell you a little story. I was on a very small plane coming into West Lebanon. If you've never been on this plane, it has a total of maybe 6 seats for passengers. The pilot was about an arm's reach away from me, as well as the co-pilot. This was over the summer prior to the start of my senior year. I was reading a book on leadership for the Rockefeller Leadership Fellows program. And I was reading this throughout the entire flight, and at the end of the flight, after we landed, the two of us in the airplane clapped for the pilot and co-pilot, and the pilot turned around and asked me what I was reading. And I told him it was a book on leadership. And he said, "You know what, there's one thing you need to remember about leadership." And I listened very attentively. He cited a study that studied employers and employees across the nation, asking what motivates you for the employees. And there were various options. There was a bonus, a salary increase, I think even dinner, food options, little retreats, that sort of thing. But the answer that everyone settled on was surprising. It's a very simple answer, a thank you. So this is that recognition aspect of leadership. And I've found this resonates a lot with my leadership on the Dartmouth. To give some context, in this year, as publisher of the Dartmouth, the Dartmouth is both fiscally and legally independent from the college. So as the Dartmouth Incorporated, it has weathered the same blows that our peers across the print media industry have. And this, you would think, would be a blow to morale, as it has been across the entire industry. But one thing that I found is very important: we have 250 very talented and very eager young students who all want to be leaders. So how, as a leader, do you empower them to take their own leadership roles? And I've found that this is through a sense of ownership. Briefly, in our advertising and marketing department, we've had a transition of the business model so that now individual staff members are account managers for clients. What that means is they're focused on the long-term relationship with that client. They're not just looking for the next month or the next 3 months or the next year. They are that account manager for their duration at Dartmouth and responsible for the development of that relationship. When you give them that opportunity, I've found that there's a surprising amount of fresh ideas that come